You guys hear us?
Something's happening. I think. Can you hear us? You guys hear us? There, yeah. It's just delayed. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I just hear a little delay and a little bit of feedback from my mic.
Yeah, I think we do have.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I just hear a little delay and a little bit of feedback from my mic.
Can you
Heather. Hey there, how are you? Can you hear me?
Can.
Oh, now I can hear you. Okay.
Let's
I
see.
don't really.
I can hear you. I was trying to keep myself muted because I have a tiny dog that decided now is the proper time to bark.
We were trying to remember how this worked last year with the Q&A. Hey, Amy.
Hi, am I here? Okay.
You're here.
Wasn't sure how it worked. Brad, is he on? Okay. Now streaming live on YouTube. He said we may have to change the YouTube link. You can't hear us there, Heather? Well, I guess if she can't hear us, she can't hear us, right?
She could hear us before. I think she just was trying to be quiet because she has a little dog that wants to bark.
Okay, it came back. I don't know if something had accidentally muted or I had changed a setting, but I can hear both of you now.
Okay. Now,
No Brad, though. If Brad's talking, I'm not hearing him.
Well, he called me just a little bit ago and said that the first link that So I'm a little fuzzy on what I've just edited and what really went out. But the first link that we were talking about for the webinar that I think you sent out, right? The email, that he thinks he's going to have to use something else because they couldn't verify the credentials on that without Dusty, and he's out of town.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying a different one. And since that says this is a test screen, maybe they made it work. I can't tell. I didn't realize when we did Order of Elders yesterday
Yeah, sorry.
Hey,
that it was.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? All right. So I was trying to log on with the phone because we're having some audio loop issues. I don't know if you could tell that.
Yeah, could you hear any of the audio loop going around? Yeah,
I didn't
Yeah.
hear anything.
I could hear it before, right as Sarah was signing on, but then now your microphone seems totally fine. So whatever you did worked.
Well, actually what we did, we just pulled the microphone to my computer so I could talk to you guys. And so we do have the YouTube, we are live, but we had to use my Central United Methodist Church YouTube channel. And I've got a link to that so we can make sure we get people on that. But now we're just trying to debug the audio issue. So the thing is, if we get, like if, Amy, if you're on Zoom while you're here, we think we're going to get that audio feedback. So we're going to have to just Zoom to this computer and then give you an audio where you're listening to what's going on with Zoom. Does that make sense?
Not really, but I'll do whatever you tell me.
Okay, good, good. Yep.
It'll be, it should be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And if you need
So-
me to, I mean, I can, if it helps the audio, I can do it from home.
That makes no difference.
No, I think,
Probably make it harder.
yeah, I think we'll test it when we're testing it here. We'll test it with you at home, but we think you live in the space, people will like it better.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
And
everything we're talking about now is on YouTube. Is that right?
Yes.
Up in my left side corner, it says live on YouTube.
yeah,
You can
I'm
see that, so-
looking for that. It's saying something verification failed. Let me try that.
Well, I closed the window because that was what was causing that infinite
Oh, it was
loop.
okay. Yeah, I think we are live on Central's YouTube channel, and that's what was causing our little loop problem there. So, because we were getting the sound
Which
out of
we
that.
could stop that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we got that part is fixed. But what you're just live on the Central's channel. So
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what it's going to look like tomorrow.
Oh, you just go to YouTube and search CUMC Fairmont.
CUMC Fairmont Central.
And it's on there.
Yeah. And so right now I'm showing everybody gallery view, but tomorrow we'll stick primarily with speaker view.
Okay. Now I'm catching what you're putting down.
Can you see it?
No, when you said that, Sarah and I've been talking all week. I really don't remember what we did last year. So
Yeah. But well, I mean, can you see the YouTube channel right now?
I do.
Yeah.
I can,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to switch to speaker view.
That's not really, is that what we want? Because we really just want what's coming to this laptop, right?
Well, when we're on the
Oh, I do see
webinar
it.
tomorrow, we'll use primarily speaker view for the webinar. Because oh yeah, there's a delay.
Yeah, don't pay attention
There's
to
a
that.
15 to 22 second delay for YouTube. So as long as you're not trying to participate in the Zoom and watch YouTube at the same time, you're cool. If you're in Zoom, stay in
That works.
Zoom. People who are at home watching on YouTube.
Well, I do see it.
tomorrow, we'll use primarily speaker view. Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
webinar.
If you can mute any YouTube video
because-
you're watching right now.
Yeah, somehow.
Oh yeah,
mine
there's a
unmuted.
delay.
Stop.
There's a 15 to 22 second delay. for
Okay, never mind. I
YouTube.
don't need to watch that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
but
find
you
the
get
video.
it. So we've got it. It's going to be YouTube. They'll see what's going on the YouTube at a 15 to 22 second delay. But if they try to interact with Zoom and YouTube at the same time, they'll get confused, and probably we will too. So,
Yeah,
And so
definitely no
you
one
have it
else
on
YouTube.
presenter view. And so they can only see who's talking on presenter view. Is that right?
you mean when we go to the webinar?
Yeah.
When I go to the webinar, we will be on, I'll show it to you. We'll be on speaker view. Does
So
that make
whoever's speaking, their screen
Right.
will come up.
right? Does that make sense, Amy?
Yeah, but so all of us that are hanging out here will be able to see each other.
Yes.
Okay.
There might be a way for me to, there's another speaker view where it's just the speaker, but let's see.
Yeah, you got me on that one. I'm not
Yeah,
a
maybe.
Zoom.
Yeah, so there might be a way for me to do some more on that. But at this point,
I think that
if you've
works,
got
'cause
a-
that- I like the way that's switching up there.
oh yeah, yeah. The YouTube isn't showing. YouTube's just showing the speaker view speaker.
And that's
Not the
Yeah,
panelists.
and I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the YouTube view is just the speaker view, not the panelists.
But whoever's on
And-
the Zoom call can choose
Right.
whatever they
And
want.
so if you guys are just a panelist and you don't want to be seen, then you could just turn off your video. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Um,
And then tomorrow we can turn off the chat or just leave the chat between the panelists and turn on the Q&A.
Um, all right, so I'm not, let's see. I know the chat, right now, the chat is,
All right.
the panel, right now, the panelists are talking on the panelists and the chat. Yeah. And the chat goes to everybody. The panelists is just between the panelists. What I do not see where they've turned on. There's Q&A. We can turn off chat. Is that what you want?
If you turn it off, is it turned off for everyone, even the panelists?
I assume
That's a fair
so.
question.
I think
Yeah.
there's a way to do to turn off participant chat without turning off our chat,
Okay.
so that
Yeah.
the panelists only have the Q&A. I think it's in the meeting settings.
Down at the bottom of my chat, next to where you choose who you chat with,
Mm-hmm.
there's 3 dots and it says
Allow-
participant can chat with no one, all panelists,
Oh.
and attendees.
So we
So
can
I-
choose, yeah, let's choose panelists right now, right?
Mhm.
And so that way, only what we chat about goes on to there. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And Heather, that link that you shared is a unique link that gets created every time we go live.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
So what I have is a link that I share with my folks every Sunday. I'll post it in there. That takes you to our, let me see here. It just takes you to our page and people just click on the live MonValley District Conference is what it'll say.
All right. Let's try this with this mic.
Okay.
So switch your microphone on there.
All right, hold on. We're going to do a test where we test the microphone. We're going to put the microphone back on Blackmagic Design. in-house.
All right, guys, can you hear me? Nod once if you can hear me. All right, I'm gonna go out on the camera real quick just to see what that looks like.
Is that Chris talking to us?
Hi, world. Yeah, they can't hear you anymore, Brad. And okay. Thumbs up if you can hear me. All right.
Oh, so when I'm asking questions, they
They
can't
can
hear.
hear. Okay, so now you're
Okay.
Just do it this way just to make sure it works.
All right.
If they can hear you now.
So now you're hearing me through the house microphone. This is how Amy will be talking to us tomorrow. Can you all hear
To
that?
me, it sounds more faint.
Well, yeah, I need to.
That's because we
Okay.
just set it on the side of the beside me, and
Okay.
you'll be wearing it. You'll be wearing it
That's
on your
fine.
shirt like this. I'll just wear it on my shirt.
Yeah, we're like you.
Yep. And so that'll take care of that. All right. And so what you can do, Amy, when you're up there is you can share your screen, and that will share the PowerPoint. We think that will be easier for you. Does that make sense? Or would
Sure,
you
that's
rather,
fine.
or would you rather us drive that bus?
That's fine. I can do
Okay.
it. I'm having a terrible time getting this stupid PowerPoint to save, but I'll have that resolved by tomorrow.
And just send me a copy of it. I'll just have a backup copy sitting on my computer, just in case we need to do something on the fly.
How does Brad sound now, folks?
Fine.
Okay, good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So Chris is really helping with tweaking in this sound and getting us all set up. So, all right. I think things are coming together pretty well. I had a
So
question.
I won't be able to do presenter view. Is that right?
Presenter view.
Where you
You-
can see the slides coming, but everybody's going to see whatever's on my screen, right?
Yes, you will share your screen. And so presenter view, when you share your screen, you don't share with presenter view, right? You just share your screen, your PowerPoint. Does that make sense? I don't think you do. I know when I do it, I just share my PowerPoint on my computer.
So Amy,
We could do if we did presenter view. All right. Yeah. So we're looking at it. You're in full view now, right? Or are you in presenter view?
I don't know. It's a new computer and I haven't gotten all the bugs worked out just yet.
It looks perfect. What you just did was exactly what we needed.
So
Yep.
this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at
And
that slide, Brad.
oh, that's awesome. Hey, that's a good looking that's a good looking floor there.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Very cool.
Brad, can you send me that link in an email so I can send it out to folks again? Don't you think I need to do that?
Yes, I will send that out to you in an email, Sarah, and you can send that out. And I'm sorry that we got that goofed up. So you've probably already sent an email. Is that correct?
Yes, I use
Okay.
the newsletter list and I'll just send out a correction.
Okay, please. Yeah. And, yeah. So what happened was with, we used the Life channel that was all set up, but they wanted to verify, Google wanted to verify it again with Dusty's phone, and he's in Holly River out of phone reach. So we just bypassed all that, and this will take care of that problem. So that's why we have these technical run-throughs, right? And Amy, I have the video, the Ebenezer community outreach video. Do you have it embedded in your slideshow?
No, I didn't go that far yet. I can, or
All right.
if you just want to play it.
Well, Chris, what do you think? We have a video. I could share it on my screen.
The thing is, I don't want your computer doing too much more.
Okay. So she could just embed it in her.
If she could do, but just embed, either embed it in your PowerPoint would be fine.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, bring a pair of earbuds,
Okay.
probably the ones you're wearing. Actually, they can see us out there now. Because we'll mute your microphone so we don't get a feedback loop. But then if there is someone talking, you'll be able to hear them in the Zoom call. You'll be able to hear what's going on in the Zoom call.
Through
if you
your
need
earbuds.
to. If you don't need to, you don't need the earbuds.
No, you'll want to hear what's going on. She'll want to hear what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Yeah. All right. And I'll turn that so that the panelists can talk to each other. But I'm assuming are we turning off attendee chat? I would say that would be the easiest thing. And who's going to be monitoring the panelist chat? I can probably do some of it, but I can imagine that I'm going to prioritize on tech.
Well, I think, so here's my prediction is Sarah and Heather are going to monitor the Q&A.
Yes.
And I would imagine the only thing that'll be going on in the panelists chat is if there's a question that needs to be addressed or if we had a train wreck somewhere.
Okay, then I now understand. They're going to be monitoring Q&A, which is a separate thing. And I'm going to be monitoring panelists and I'll be talking to us. Yes, now I understand. The Q&A is what I was worried about.
Yeah, they're going to do the Q&A and Sarah,
Okay.
do you want to talk a little bit about how that worked last year or what your memory of it is anyway?
Well, I was wondering about that. I think, don't they have to hit raise hand to ask a question, or do they? Because when I hit Q&A, I don't see the ability to ask a question, but maybe the attendees do. Is that right, Heather?
Well, Q&A, they can type in anything and you guys will see it.
Okay. I
The
can't
rate-
ask a question, but the attendees can.
Right.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
attendees, where that raise hand gets,
Mhm.
is where I think I have the power to let somebody be shown on the screen.
Okay. I don't think we're going to use that then, are we, Amy?
Right. I promote them to a panelist and then I can show them but that Q&A is that way. Yeah.
So I-
And I just
Yeah.
clicked on the settings button in the Q&A and it says something about allowing anonymous questions. I don't think we want to do that.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
So I think that Pam and I answered, because we have the ability to answer the questions if it's something that we know the answer to. And if it's not, then you want me to type it in the chat to you, Amy? Is that what we did last year? Do you remember? I don't think we had too many questions.
Yeah, I think it would be fine to put it in the chat, especially if it's something you think I need to talk about. Like if you get the same question 12 times, maybe it is something that we need to talk about.
Well, actually, Amy, you will be able to see that question because you can see the panelist discussion. But what I hear, maybe what Sarah's doing is raising it to your attention. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. She'll have to have the Q&A open to see the question, won't she?
Yes, she would have to open the Q&A. So,
Mhm.
I wonder if the Q&A pops up like the chat. I just don't know. Do you recall?
In my view, the Q&A pops up like in a separate browser, but if you're sharing your screen, then that would also, I'm not sure if that will pop it up as well. So,
Right. Yeah. So we need a workaround, and the workaround, yeah, you might be able to throw that in the chat. I don't know.
I was thinking that Heather and I would just monitor the Q&A and
Yes.
just type the questions to Amy if Amy needs to see them and answer them. And you'll be able to see all of them afterwards, right? Isn't that what we did last year?
Oh, yeah.
That
Seems
sounds,
like, yeah.
Yep.
And I suppose the ultimate workaround is if you can't get my attention or, and you really need to do something, is to text me. I'll just have my cell
Yes.
phone with me.
Mhm. I'll have mine too.
Oh, I'll just walk out the door here, Amy, and say,
Start yelling.
look at your Q&A, please.
Wave
I'm-
your hands.
Yeah, I won't be obnoxious yet, but
Yet.
but just, hey, please look at the Q&A. We got a question. We can get you on there if we need to.
As I remember last year, there really weren't too many burning questions. It was fine.
Right.
But I think we have about twice as many registered already this year as last.
Oh my. Okay.
Got 90 some registered.
Okay.
People are way more comfortable with this stuff this year.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll do okay. They'll do okay. So, I did notice that when the speaker is sharing their screen, the panelists go away. So y'all don't have to worry about that.
That's when you can go for coffee.
Right. Well, I would say just knock off your video unless you need to be seen. Just not, And will the panelists get on tomorrow early? I mean, we'll be here. We'll start setting up at 1. We'll probably go live at 1:30. And so we'll just have a little chat with the panelists as people are gathering. How's that sound?
And do the people hear the panelists speaking as they're coming on, or is there music playing, or how does what?
Yesterday I did. When I jumped on, I could hear everybody, but I don't know if that's because I've been promoted for this or not.
Was that on the elders?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I recall jumping on early, and this was before I was promoted, and I could hear Jason and Ken talking on a webinar.
Okay.
So I
Yeah, now
think
that you
people
mention it.
can hear us. Yeah.
One thing we could do in the meeting settings for whoever scheduled the meeting, you can not allow people in the meeting before the meeting time, if that works,
Mm-hmm.
just for participants.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, is Ken going to be on tomorrow? Do you know?
He is, yes, he's going to sort of be in the background and just make sure we get on early, and we'll just ask him if we can't on our own. We'll ask him to make that so that people can't get in until the meeting starts. Is that what, I don't know what that's called, Heather, but that makes sense to me. Is this meeting set up with a passcode, or is it a waiting room?
I don't know. Ken did
I
it.
don't know.
It's just a
Yeah.
webinar.
Yeah, I'll
But now
check.
that you mentioned that, yesterday, when I got on the elders webinar, which in my head, I thought was a Zoom call, and I thought I was going to have to mute people who had the news on in the background, but it wasn't. Mike was in a waiting room and Ken had to let him in. So that must have been the way that was set up.
Yeah. So it may be a waiting room, and that even if it's a waiting room, that's all we have to do. If it's a waiting room, we don't even have to worry about the time thing. We just don't let them in until, and we'll know who the panelists are versus attendees.
And if a panelist uses a panelist link, they come right in, right?
It's the same link.
We have separate panelist links
Do we?
that Ken sent out to
Okay.
the panelists on Wednesday. And he did send one to Jane Ensminger and Paul White so they could do the prayers, but I don't know. Can you mute them then once they're finished or before they need to
Yeah.
come on? Okay.
Yep.
I didn't think about that.
Yep. You all may be able to as well, but yeah, we can take care of that. And I've got Amy's script that she sent me on whatever day that was.
Yeah, it's still really rough. I'm sorry about being so last minute about this.
That's okay. If you just send me an updated script so I can make sure that I know who goes where,
Yeah,
and I'll just
I
walk
will.
through the script walk through the script.
It'll be a long night tonight.
Oh,
But graduation festivities are over, so I can focus.
hey, that's exciting. That really is. That she's graduated. I'll bet that was a wonderful morning.
Indeed it was, once it warmed up a little.
Yeah. Yeah. It was 38,
Actually, I thought of, what? Go ahead.
38 degrees where we were this morning. Was it cold where you were?
It was 46. But I thought about you because I just happened to read the graduation link for Marshall last night, and the lightning delay was for tomorrow. So if there was lightning today, graduation was going to be tomorrow. And I was like, oh, nobody told me that.
Yikes. Oh my. Oh my. Phew. All right. Anybody else have questions?
I think we're okay.
All right. I think we know what we're doing. I will send you, Sarah, that solid link through email. Heather, you keep us on track, right?
Yep. Good to go.
And coach us on the, if we get the chat and the panelist thing goofed up, please coach us. Keep us on track. I don't want to panel chat to the attendees. It gets messy.
Yeah. Just as a heads up, in our chat right now, when it says 2, you can see that it says either all panelists or all panelists and attendees. So just keep in the back of your mind, it happens. Sometimes it gets toggled, but yeah, only
I got it.
panelists.
Yeah. That helps. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we can't single out like an individual panelist, right? Like I can't select Amy to send a question to. I'll just send it to every panelist. But yeah, so
Okay.
don't even bother with that, right?
I'm going to allow I'm going to allow attendees to chat with no one.
It's a good call.
Panelists will talk with panelists. Q&A will talk with the crowd. So if we need to communicate something to everybody, that's Sarah and Heather. Now it's clearing up for me. I'm sorry. Now I see how we can make that work. I got it. All right. And Amy, can you picture how you're going to be? You'll have your computer there. In your background will be.
It won't quite be at that angle, but
Yeah.
same.
Yes. Yeah. And in the background will be what's on the screen, unless it's that Hot Wheels picture, that really cool Hot Wheels picture.
Do you have a Hot Wheels picture?
Chris found
The
one.
one. Okay.
I did.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. We want to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see
So,
if I can get the trophies here so people can see what we'll win.
oh, that would be fun. Or, well, yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, gang. What do you think?
Looks good.
We good?
I think so.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for your patience as we tweaked out these little things. I think we're good to go. And just holler if you need anything.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Chris.
You bet.
Yep, no
Thanks,
problem.
Heather.
Yeah, thanks, Heather. Sarah.
All right. Okay. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.